Hey, what's up guys, it's Serb. Today I'm going to be showing you guys an absolutely insane PvE build for 1.7. This is currently on the PTS, so it's probably a little bit broken and could possibly get fixed, but I just wanted to show you guys it because it's absolutely insane. Pretty much allows you to instantly melt every single NPC while at the same time being almost invincible. It's pretty crazy. So getting into the build, it's not absolutely perfect. There's a couple of things that I can fix about it, but it's pretty simple. It's a 6-piece striker. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know what 6-piece striker is. The 4-piece you all know about, of course, but the 5-piece has extra 10% stability, 5% enemy armor damage, nothing crazy, just some helpful extra bonuses. But the 6-piece is where it gets a little bit broken. So as you can see, every hit adds a self-healing bonus for 0.10% of max health per second. This bonus is further increased by 0.1% for every 1000 stamina. Stacked up to 100 hits, bonus is reduced by 0.10% every second. So essentially what this means is, even in a PvP or PvE context, regardless of how many times you get hit, it will stack up to 100%. So at 100%, you basically will get healed for an entire 10% of your max health per second, and you can get it stacked up to 100 pretty easily. It just means that you're under constant fire, but I'd say realistically speaking, you're around 60 to 70 stacks. That's like 6 to 7% of your max health per second, and it gets increased by 0.01% for every 1000 stamina you have, so that stacks onto this. So if I have 4k stamina, that increases this by I think 0.14, so or it'll increase it by 0.4, so then it'll be stacking 0.14% of max health, so then that would be 14% health if I were to have 100 stacks of this, which is absolutely nuts if you think about it. I think they may have just a little bit mess this up. I'd say realistically it shouldn't be anywhere near 0.10% because as you can see in the gameplay, I'm just able to face tank and not take any damage, and it's absolutely insane. I mean, Striker already by itself is pretty decent for PvE because you got the enemy armor damage and stuff, which makes it pretty helpful. Then the 4 set is alright, giving you extra damage, but it's not the best if you're not constantly stacking it. But with the 5 and the 6 piece, you're invincible. It's absolutely insane. Now, just a couple things to take away from this that I'm going over. I'm just going to go over every little piece and just show you guys what you should go for. Now, on my weapon, this is 100% not perfect. If I were you, I would be going for probably Destructive, Responsive, Ferocious in a PvE scenario, or you could go for Destructive, Responsive, Brutal if you're going for headshots. There's also Deadly. There's also Competent. There's a bunch of different things. You can't go for Unforgiving though because you're trying to stack as much firearms as possible. Unfortunately though, with the champion set on PTS, with the Striker's chest piece, you're pretty much forced to use stamina because as of right now it's glitched and you're not able to roll it. Another reason why my gloves suck and why not all my pieces are perfect here. So you can't roll this to firearms, otherwise I would, because you really don't even need the stam. Stam already scales horribly, like as you can see right here. If I switch to here, if I take off these mods, I'm at 294 toughness. If I switch to this, I'm barely losing any toughness just from one piece of stamina. Like, it's really not that much of a benefit to have more stamina over firearms. And the extra firearms, like, you don't even need the extra stamina because your survivability is insane. Like, you can literally stand in front of somebody and not take any damage. So that's that. In terms of weapon talents, or weapon mods, I meant to say. If you're on console, I'd say probably you can go for crit damage because it's a little bit harder to aim for the head on NPCs, and if you're going for crit damage, you can just stack, spray body shots and constantly stack up your striker stacks. I'm going for headshot damage though because I can hit the majority of headshots, and I'm not really trying to stack my strikers that much because going for headshots is going to end up being more beneficial anyways for me. But if you're not landing no more than 60% shots as headshots, then I definitely recommend going for the crit damage setup. And then on the magazine, I got the magazine size crit chance. Pretty simple stuff there. Just make sure to get at least Destructive and then Responsive, and then the other talent you have some leeway with. I just wasn't able to get something else. I'd definitely rather have something like Unforgiving, maybe in the 3rd slot, Competent, Brutal, Ferocious, anything like that would be nice. On my chest piece, I got enemy armor damage and health. You can go for skill haze instead of health if you want. It's just not really necessary, but it would be helpful there just to give your pulse back faster if you want. On your mask, definitely go for enemy armor damage and damage to elite just to stack as much damage as possible. On your knee pads, I'm going for enemy armor damage and damage to elite. Enemy armor damage is going to give you more than crit damage would be because you're not going to be at 50% crit chance. So that's why I did that there. On my backpack, I went for crit damage because no point in going for health and no point in going for skill power because I'm just shredding NPCs anyways. On your gloves, you want assault rifle damage, enemy armor damage, then you can either go for crit chance, crit damage, or skill haste. It's up to you. This is just the way that I have mine set up. And then on your holster, I went for reload speed, but you can go for skill haste if you want to get your pulse back up all the time. I just went for reload speed because it makes my LV reload significantly faster, as you can see. Now, in terms of performance mods, I went for pulse crit chance. Again, I'm not going for the body spray crit damage setup, but even when I'm not, it's still an extra juicy damage increase, and I don't need the first aid self heal because, again, I'm doing so much damage as it is. So pulse crit chance is helpful, especially if you're going with the whole crit damage setup there. By the way, as your secondary, I'd recommend using an SASG just to get some stacks, but it doesn't really matter because I prefer using the LV either way, or anyways over it, because it's going to be doing more damage output at close range, but it's up to you. And then moving on, for skills, I'm using Booster Shot just for extra damage and the damage resistance, but again, you don't really need it because you're invincible. And then for the pulse, I'm going for Recon Pack instead of Scrambler or instead of Tac Scanner because it gives me 1% extra crit chance, and the cooldown is significantly shorter, like by a long shot, so I definitely recommend using Recon Pack. For your talents, I went for On the Move just for the extra reduce of incoming damage. You could switch this and put on Stopping Power for more damage, it's extra headshot damage, or you could maybe go for Tac Advance and constantly do that, just get a whole bunch more damage. I'd actually probably rather use Tac Advance instead of On the Move, but I was just going full ball to the wall when I was playing, so it doesn't really matter. Precision, just for the extra pulse when your pulse is off cooldown. On the Move, or I mean, one is none, just so when you headshot people, you get that bullet right back. And then critical save, just for the extra damage resistance when you do end up getting into a situation, or a sticky situation. This build does make you pretty much invincible, but there are just certain situations in which you can get caught off guard and might end up dying, like if you get shotgun rush or something. But so it's good to just have the extra damage resistance when you need it. But for the most part, if you play really smart, it's near impossible to die. I have some gameplay here of me and my friend two-manning a legendary mission without even trying, and it was pretty easy. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the build. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Boss, he's just getting ripped. He's just standing. The bosses suck. He just healed.
Oh, what the heck?
He healed for armor too. What? It's not like that's broken, right? Oh, it's just the shield. Trash can. I want to get 100 sacks.
I'm a shock. Oh, look, he's gonna walk into the flame.
I'm about to get 100.
He's getting bullied over here.
I got 70 stacks. I got 100.
Me too.
Let's go.
Kid's macroing. What a hacker.
Yeah, dude.
What a little cheater.
Did it not save it? It's like stuttering again.
I'm just face tanking with the tackle right now, just ADSing all headshots.
Guess I'm not complaining. Have you ever played Borderlands 2?
Probably have over 2K hours in that game.
Really?
Yeah.
I just beat it for the first time.
For the first time.
I always played it, but like I never actually worried about beating it.
Really?
Yeah.
Me and my dad played the fuck out of that game. Like we
I played
loved
like
it.
a lot of Borderlands 1.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It made sense to me why you paid it whenever you had me farm for short bow. Because like you were just focusing on YouTube and stuff. So you didn't really care.
Yeah. And I hated farming Madison Field Hospital more than anything.
Yeah, it's really boring. I like farming for Skull MC Gloves the best.
I don't like farming, period, but